You know, throughout Hollywood history, movies and stories that have been told, there have been some great plot twists that have happened along the way. For instance, Star Wars fans, there was a time when Darth Vader said, "Luke, I am your father." Plot twist. Now, there's a video on YouTube, you can go and look it up, of children watching the Star Wars for the very first time with their parents, and their jaws just drop when Vader says, "Luke, I am your father." What about the Sixth Sense, when the little boy says, "I see dead people"? And we discover Bruce Willis has been dead the whole time. Or my personal favorite, absolutely one of the best movies, Shawshank Redemption. When everybody is so concerned that Andy is not doing well and he might go back to his cell and commit suicide, and the guards go to try to find him, figure out what's going on, he throws a rock at the poster and it goes through the poster into the wall, and we discover Andy'd been working. And he's found his way right out of prison and escaped, and he lives a wonderful, cushy life on a beach in Mexico somewhere. Plot twist. We've been in a series through the book of Jonah, and when you open up Jonah Chapter 4 and start reading in verse 1, plot twist. What in the world is happening in Jonah Chapter 4? Jonah Chapter 1, God calls Jonah to the great city of Nineveh. God says, "Go that way." Jonah says, "Nope, I'm going to go that way." Gets on a ship, heads to the other side of the world. God sends a storm onto the sea. Jonah finds himself at the bottom of the ocean, experiencing God's stinky grace in the belly of a fish. In Jonah chapter 2, he finally prays, and he prays a prayer of confession and praise and commitment, and then the fish gets a stomach ache and vomits him up on a beach somewhere. And then Jonah chapter 3, he finally responds to his second chance. The word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time, and he finally responds. He heads to Nineveh, a short message, but he preaches, and Nineveh has a spiritual awakening. 120,000 plus people cry out to God. Now, if you're a Disney writer, this is the end. If you're a Disney writer, this is the fairy tale ending, Jonah chapter 3. This is the part where Jonah should leave in a magic pumpkin with a mouse that is now a horse pulling him away, and a sign comes up at the end as the movie concludes, and he lived happily ever after. The problem is, if you turn the page in your Bible, there's another chapter. There's a fourth chapter, and the story continues. And what we discover in Jonah chapter 4 is that God's agenda was not only to save Nineveh, but was also to save Jonah. Jonah is a prophet of God. God has a message for Jonah. And by extension, God also has a message for us. And in Jonah chapter 4, God is going to go after Jonah's heart, and he is going to come after our hearts as well.